Hi there. Welcome to another edition of the Ask Dr. Jack show. I am, of course, your host, Dr. Jack Belitz, a chiropractor here in Omaha, Nebraska, and I am so excited to bring you this next episode. In recent years, there's been a lot of research being done about whether or not a morning person is better than a night person or vice versa or whatever. There's just a lot of stuff going on. And all of the research is pointing to the idea that people that are morning people tend to be more productive, live happier, and live healthier. So there's a lot of benefits to that. And so a couple years ago, I took it upon myself to switch that because traditionally, I've been a night owl. When I was back in school, I would always study much better later at night. When I was raising my kids, I would put them to bed and then, have some, nice quality time for myself at night, rather than in the morning when some people do it. It's just a lot more me. And when I made this change, I realized that just because you are a night or a morning person doesn't mean that's who you really are. It's just what your habit is. And it's a very easy, there is the ability to change. Now, had I had this article that was written by an author called Carson McGinley, he outlines 10 steps to making this transition, and it really would have helped me out a lot. So I'm really excited to share this with you right now. So the first 5 is what we're going to talk about this week, and they're more on the mindset process because this is a very important part, and it'll give you a nice week here to kind of get this mindset in order, and then next week we'll give you the hard things that you need to do when you actually do wake up in the morning. So the first thing, and we've talked about this in other episodes, self-talk. One of the most powerful things in the world, and it can really make or break whether or not you can make this change efficiently. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you think positively and talk positively about being a morning person. So, when you see a morning person all chipper, you don't want to get all upset and whatever about them. You want to say, wow, that's where I want to be. And you want to tell people, that you are a morning person. Now, some people say fake it till you make it, in which case, if somebody said, what are you? You'd say, I'm a morning person, and you just say it, and then eventually it will happen. There's a lot of people that think that's disingenuous to yourself when you do that, and so that's where it would come in to be better to say, well, I am becoming a morning person more and more each day. Either way you want to do it doesn't make a difference, but self-talk, huge importance. Another way to get that going is to listen to podcasts and videos and whatever that are going to show you the benefits of that lifestyle, and it will just kind of help reinforce the positiveness of getting up early in the morning. The second talk is you've got to have the why. Now, I will guarantee you that if you had a plane that was going to take off at 5:30 the next morning that was going to take you to Hawaii, you would have no problem whatsoever setting your clock for 4, getting up, bushy-eyed and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, however it goes, and getting on that plane on time, because you have the why. I'm going to Hawaii. Well, you've got to come up with the why of why you want to become a morning person. There's tons of benefits. What you have to do is you have to start researching this, looking at your life. What is it about your life that would change for the better if you took some different habits? And don't just think about them, write them down. Writing them down is huge important. It changes the whole scheme of things when you have them written down so that you can see them on a morning by morning basis. So that's a really big thing there is to do that. The third thing, commit to doing it. Huge importance. Don't just say, well, I will try. Because right now, go ahead and try to raise your hand. Right now, you're either raising your hand or you're not raising your hand. All right? You can't try to do something and be successful. It's just an impossibility. When you use the word try to either yourself or your child or a friend, you're giving them permission to fail. And you don't want to do that. Commit to this. Say, I am going to do my best to be up at X hour in the morning. Commit to it. Every time that you do that, your willpower gets a little bit stronger and a little bit stronger, and then you can take the strength of that willpower and put it onto other aspects of your life, like eating better and exercising more, and being doing work better. There's a lot of things that you can take that willpower to do. So that's a very wonderful thing to strengthen, and this is a great way to strengthen it by committing to something and following through on it. The next thing, wake up with your alarm and don't hit snooze. All right? Hitting snooze is so easy to do, but every time you hit that snooze button, it makes it harder and harder to get up in the morning. The best thing to do, set your alarm clock for the time you want to wake up and put it across the room. That way, when it goes up, you have to sit up, put your feet on the floor, and go turn it off, and then you can just keep on going. Huge, important. You got to get that energy, access it, and go with it. The last thing, say your bedtime affirmations and create a plan. Creating a plan is important because when you get up in the morning, you have to know what you're going to do. You have to have some goals. You don't want that time to just go away from you. So write down a couple of things that you want to accomplish in that extra time that you have in the morning. I don't care if it's a meditation practice, an exercise practice, if it's work you got to get done, whatever it is, write it down so that you know what you're doing when you get up the next morning. Don't just sit there and say, well, I wonder what I'm going to do today. Have a plan. The next thing, make sure that you say positive affirmations before you go to sleep. Don't say, oh my gosh, I've only got 8 hours of sleep or 6 hours of sleep for the next morning. I'm never going to make it. Wrong attitude. Say, I'm going to have plenty of restful sleep so I can wake up the next morning and feel awesome and excited about the day. Huge important to do that for yourself. Okay, that is the first 5 in this list of 10 for making yourself a morning person. It'll have a huge impact on your life when you do that. So please do this. Practice these this week. Get your why down. Start doing your affirmations. Maybe try setting your alarm and see what happens here. We've got some great follow-up tips that you'll do next week to get you going during the day. I'm excited to see you on the next episode. If you have any questions that you'd like us to research, look up, please email me at askdrjackb, that's BEE, @gmail.com, or call us up at 402-333-4848. It's also a great way to get in touch with us if you need anything else. Anyway, can't wait to see you on the next episode. Hope you have a very happy and healthy day.